Have you ever just dreamed of packing your bags and starting a totally new life in another country? It's such a huge idea, right? Well, today, we're going to dive into that whole journey. We'll explore all the words that really capture the excitement, the challenges, and, yeah, that amazing final reward, independence.
I mean, come on. I'm pretty sure that thought has crossed your mind at least once. The idea of new places, new foods, new people. It's this magnetic pull, isn't it? It's a dream of adventure, of growth, and really, of finding a whole new side of yourself.
So let's start at the very beginning. Every big adventure starts with that first decision, that first dream. This is that exciting moment where the whole thing is still this perfect, shiny idea in your head. It's wild, isn't it? How much we can pack into one simple word, abroad. It's not just some spot on a map, it's the whole idea of leaving everything you know behind to jump into something completely new.
Okay, so you did it. You took the leap, the plane has landed, and the dream is starting to get real. This next part is all about those first, super important moments right after you arrive. All right, so here's your first to-do list. You've officially landed abroad. Step 1 is just figuring out how to get from the airport to wherever you're going. And then, the big one, finding that new home base, your accommodation.
Think about that moment, that huge sigh of relief. The phrase pick up is so much more than just getting a ride. It's seeing that first friendly face in a crowd of strangers. It's that first real comforting connection in your new country.
Now, for a lot of students, this is their first home away from home. A host family isn't just a roof over your head, they're like a built-in support system, your first guides to a whole new culture. So, whether you're with a host family in a dorm or you get your own place, locking down your accommodation is when it all starts to feel real. You've got a key, you have a space to call your own. It's happening!
Okay, but let's be real. It's not all perfect Instagram photos and amazing adventures, right? After that first rush of excitement wears off, the reality of the challenge starts to sink in. And this is exactly where that dream meets the real world. The dream is all about the thrill and the adventure. But the day-to-day reality? Well, that often means dealing with a new language and new customs, and honestly, it can be a real struggle. But listen, it's so important to remember that this struggle is a totally normal part of it all. It's not a bad thing. You might struggle to balance school and work, or even just to understand a simple conversation. But that's the friction that helps you grow. And that struggle brings up some pretty big feelings. I mean, look at this. Confused, lonely, stressed. Sounds about right, doesn't it? Feeling these things isn't a sign that you're failing, it's a sign that you're actually doing it. You're adapting. So let's talk about that. Yeah, confused is probably going to be your default setting for a little while, and that's okay. Why are they doing that? What did that person just say to me? That feeling just means your brain is working hard, learning all the new rules. Oof, and then there's this one, feeling lonely. Even when you're surrounded by tons of new people, it's completely natural to miss your crew back home, that familiar comfort. You toss in the pressure from school or work on top of all that newness, and boom, you get stressed. That need to succeed can feel so much heavier when you're a long way from home. It's a very, very real feeling. But here's the thing. This is where the magic happens. This is the turning point. This is the part of the story where that struggle starts turning into strength, and you really start to find your feet. So what gets you through all that tough stuff? This word right here, determination. It's that fire inside you, that grit. It's the decision you make every single morning to just keep going, even when it's hard. And with that determination, something awesome starts to happen. You get used to things. The strange customs start to feel normal. The confusing language gets a little easier. That right there is the feeling of progress. But you're not always doing it alone, right? A lot of the time, it's the encouragement you get from other people. Maybe a teacher, a new friend, your host family that keeps your own fire going. And sometimes that little boost comes totally out of the blue. Maybe you come across some old photos of your family and you remember exactly why you started this whole thing. Those little moments can be so powerful. And all of it, the dream, the struggle, the determination, it all leads right here to the ultimate prize. We're at the end of the journey where you finally get to embrace your independence. This is it. This is the whole point, to become independent. It doesn't mean you don't need anyone ever. It just means you've proven to yourself that you can rely on you.
You figured out a foreign country. You built a new life, and you did it.
So look at the person who comes out on the other side. This new you isn't just independent. You're more confident. And with that confidence comes this amazing new energy to explore even more, to see what else is out there for you.
Because at the end of the day, this whole journey isn't really about discovering a new country. It's about discovering a new you. So the real question is, what version of yourself is out there waiting for you to find?